As a high school student in California, we were homeless. I had a high school counselor come in and help us get placed. That was one of the most important people that kind of gave me that inspiration to go on and teach.
I think for me, growing up in low-income housing and thinking it was the way of life and realizing one day that you're poor, receiving food stamps, my mom didn't work, 5th grade education, I think that was the catalyst for me, not having someone to intervene to show me something different. And so when I realized that, there was a deep pain. This is not normal. This is not how life is supposed to be.
And one of the things a lot of people probably don't know about me is that I was pregnant my senior year of high school. And it was very stressful. There was so much disappointment in me, in my family. For me, that was an obstacle, to have people just kind of tell you you weren't going to be anything because you made a mistake. That does something to your self-esteem too, when your family says things like that about you. So for me, just kind of being able to come back from that and regroup and say, well, no, that's not going to be my story.
I was a single parent at the time, and when I was at Seattle Central, I received a lot of funding to go to community college, but to go on to a 4-year institute, the money wasn't as available. I needed the income in order to continue my education so that I could graduate. And I was able to do that with funding from WIN and the support of my friends at school.
Ladies at Seattle Central said she could help us get some money, and she told us about Washington Women in Need.
I knew I wanted to go back to school anyway. Me and God had a covenant. I said, God, if you just open this door, I will step through and I will not look back. I didn't know how I was going, but I just knew I was going.
I just feel like I would not have felt complete without doing the education, because I knew that there was so much more in me, so much more potential, so much more I can do and give and teach. And I always felt like I was way smarter than people that I was working for, and all they had that I didn't have was education. If I had not gotten the funding, my life would be very different than it is right now. Women that are in DV relationships, their self-esteem is so low because they've been told they're not worth it, and if they leave, they can't take care of themselves and nobody wants them. And then the biggest thing is like economic abuse of women. This is why these Washington Women in Need grants are so important, because it frees people economically.
Going into graduate school, I had to quit my job so that I could go, and being a mother of 3, that was really hard too. So receiving that grant helped with the educational expenses.
I used it for my undergraduate degree at Seattle University. I received a Bachelor's of Arts degree with a specialty in addiction studies. And this was the time that I really got on that road to self-discovery, to being the woman that I knew that I was supposed to be in life.
Somebody being born in poverty, that wasn't their choice. Where I believe choice comes in, being in a bad situation, is getting out of it. But some people don't know or have the resources to help themselves.
I'm the first in my family to go to college. I'm the first in my family to have a master's amongst 6 siblings. I wanted more. I wanted to do more.
There are cases where people make their own decisions, but there are also cases where people are dealt a pretty bad hand.
And I just think about kind of the unmerited mercy and the kindness of people that didn't even know us. People could have decided, oh, maybe I'll do this later, but it would have made a difference in our lives if people would have hesitated or decided not to go to the luncheon that year that funded the scholarship grants that all three of us received.
I think that it's our responsibility as people is that, we need to reach back and help others come along just like people before us helped us come along. I think it's just something innate in all of us that we're all benevolent.
Someone's life is at stake. Someone's future is at stake. The future of the country and the nations, because it's so much bigger than me or Frida or our families. It's our whole nation, because an educated nation is a strong nation.
I'm free from the little girl that had the pain of being poor. I'm free from the statistics that said I'm not supposed to be here. I'm free from the people that felt I was non-deserving. WIN gave me the opportunity to continue on a path that has actually changed my life.